Thursday, December 7th.
That's right.
Yep.
Shout out to all those we lost. Not forgotten. Smitty, back. Ev, back. Here, still. Clemmer, still here. Duke's back on the other side of the glass. I'll give you guys the floor if you want to touch on football. But I think the bigger story, obviously, is Juan Soto. I'm not making a pick in football, and I'm not watching a snap. I don't want Ev. I don't want Ev on his fucking high ground, being like cherish football. And Ev, you could skip a fucking game, okay? I could go to the fucking mall tonight.
But what else? What else, Rico? What else am I gonna do tonight, other than watch football?
That's a good point. If
Like,
you live by yourself, yeah.
Even the college basketball slate. There's one good college basketball game.
It's a bad slate.
NBA in-season tournament's been good, so I'll have some of that.
You know what? Yeah, I could see myself getting invested in the NBA like Final Four.
Like I'll have the football game on, and then probably
Kind of weird.
they're out in the NBA game.
Are they out in Vegas?
I think so. They are now, or the next one they are.
Yeah, I know that it ends in Vegas, right?
Retweet picks.
Because we got what is it? Bucks Pacers tonight, and then Lakers somebody else.
Suns? No,
Lakers
and Suns.
Pelicans.
Lakers Pelicans. Oh,
You know what? Credit to the NBA a little bit, I guess. It's not the most interesting thing in the world, but the guys are playing hard.
Yeah.
They're playing a lot harder than they would in November of any other year.
I give it that. It's just I think the NBA is in such a weird spot that it's like they just don't care about the regular season, so why are we supposed to care about it?
But
Load management is taking, and that's not an old man like crying.
Yeah, but them
but it's
playing
like-
hard increases the value of what we're watching.
Yes, I agree. And that's where it's
Credit
fun.
to it, yeah. I mean, there's not much I guess you could do to really.
But like you know, I mean, you know what I'm talking. Even on a Saturday night when they're putting the primetime 8:00 game, like all right, Warriors Celtics. There's no guarantee that Curry's like playing.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that Tatum's gonna play and give 100%, and they don't care. They don't care that it's a primetime game and people want to watch. They don't care it's a national. They're just like, well, tonight's the night. Like tough.
Yeah.
You know, I think they try to work with TV a little bit, but like. The regular season is just so devalued.
I forget who said it. It was either Nick Nurse or Pat Riley or somebody. Maybe Doc Rivers. Christ. The only way to solve the load management problem is to shorten the schedule, and that will never happen.
never.
No.
Never.
No, I think it's kind of. I think it's too long.
What, the regular
82.
season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is, but it doesn't matter because we're already used to it. The TV's in that, the ticket sales, all that. It'll never change.
The playoffs are even longer.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh yeah, the playoffs are fucking.
The first round should be 5 games.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's not just 82 games. It's the calendar. It starts in October. It doesn't end until like June. That's the longest season. That's much longer than football.
Close.
Longer than
It's
baseball?
definitely longer than football.
I think it is longer than baseball. Baseball is what, 7 months if you count the playoffs. 6 plus 1.
Cram a lot more games though.
Yeah, a lot more games.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I could see myself getting invested in the Final Four with that tonight. But the
I don't hate this football game tonight, Rick. I know you're down on it. I don't think it's as bad as you're saying it is. Because the Steelers are this game has actual like meaning because of the Steelers.
yes, but again, I do think the Steelers are an overachieving, no chance at the Super Bowl,
I agree with that.
weak wild card type team. So, and
No
the
argument.
Patriots are an abject disaster. Good defense, but they're going to play ugly too. It's just not something.
I'll give you a reason. You liked you enjoyed watching Iowa games this year, correct?
Not really. not really.
Kind of purist.
Yeah, not really.
You're curious at least.
So, yeah,
It's the lowest primetime total in history tonight.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
29.5 is insane.
I almost want to get nuts and take the over.
I'm on the over.
That I something
I pushed it down a little bit. But
something came over me. Something came over me this morning, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Something just woke up and just tickled me under my chin. It was like Pat's in the over. Pat's in the over, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
I don't know about that, but
6 points are a lot in the NFL.
I don't know. I think that you get around this time of year, we've watched a lot of football. We obviously know. I don't think you're missing anything if you tune this one out.
The Pats couldn't score at home against the Chargers. Why are they going to score on the road against the Steelers?
Trust me, I your point is
Completely
valid.
out.
It's very
Your point is
valid.
valid for sure.
Not a single snap.
No?
He's
Watch
actually
Iowa
boycotting.
State
Is my mic on?
get some shit done. The NBA playoffs or NBA, in-season tournament. I just don't. I don't think it changes your knowledge of the league one way or the other.
It's Pearl Harbor Day. Just sit back and observe.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is this on?
No, we squeezed you out.
It is, but it's just low.
All right. What's going on here?
Just wore a sweater.
He's back to the substitute school team.
That's a crazy outfit. What you got going
This is
on?
not crazy.
And what's going on with the snacks? What's happening
What's
here?
wrong with you? What's going on with you? Coming in
Calculated
3
time.
minutes late.
I'm stalled.
You making fun of what I'm wearing?
It just was shocking.
It's not shocking.
I agree.
Nice on a
sweater.
Thursday. Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's nice sweater. It's the one under that kills me. The over. I'm on the over.
That was a look for a while though.
Thank
But
you.
he doesn't
Yeah.
pull that. That was a look.
Wow.
I got a lot of those.
Oh, I
pictures.
pull it up.
No. Like even in like 08, 09, that was a look. You have a button up, you roll it, but you got to roll it and you got to put the collar up.
You dress like my great uncle Leonard.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's an English teacher look.
I'll give you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you look in the mirror? What was
give
the
a
thoughts
thesis on
today?
catching
Thought
Sure.
was I got this in hanging up here. I don't mind wearing this, and I put it on.
And really, this looks good.
This is fine.
And it doesn't. It's not a bad sweater. It's just that undershirt kills.
It's not undershirt. It's a college shirt. I'm not just gonna wear this sweater. I don't think. Maybe I would one day. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
it'd be
there, just
nice.
there. I decided to wear this. I like this.
You know what? If the over doesn't hit tonight, you got to come in something like that.
Yeah.
I think I should.
I think you should.
I should.
You look nice.
Just you in a sweater and a collar underneath.
What do you wear when you go to
That'd
like
be
a
great.
decent restaurant? What do you wear when you go to a decent restaurant?
I wear pants and I wear a shirt and a nice jacket.
Like a blazer?
No, like a bomber
bomber
jacket.
jacket.
Or I
No,
have
but
a
what do you
suede
wear? Like,
jacket.
what kind of
A
shirt
hat.
do you wear? You wear a shirt and pants. Yes, Marty.
There's
Be
a
more
hat.
specific.
Shirt.
You wear a T-shirt
Yeah,
to a
bl-
steak dinner to a steak
Black
restaurant.
T-shirt.
A black T-shirt and a bomber jacket's a good look.
It's not
Not-
fucking the
clean.
40s. It's like when you look nice.
I would never go in. I would never go to like a steak, like a really nice restaurant with like on a T-shirt. I wouldn't
You
do
do
that.
it with a t-shirt. And
I wouldn't feel
You could do it with a t-shirt
It's
and a
different.
blazer.
I mean,
Yeah, that's different.
this
He's
is
saying
not
it's a
making
t-shirt.
fun of you. This is like
You should be all over that, Rico.
I'm
That's what-
29 and you're 44. It's a difference.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
That is-
not a joke.
No, it's not a joke.
It's different styles, you know.
Yeah, different. Yeah, we grew up at different times. It's true. We're different. We literally are different generations.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, the over, 100%. And I had the Patriots money line.
Why do you like the over?
I did. It just has to. I'm serious. There's nothing behind it. There seriously is nothing. Because everything behind it, you'd be an idiot to be like.
I don't know
"Oh,
if you
over."
would be an idiot. I think there's going to be turnovers in this game that are going to lead to points.
So what I said to Big Ev, if the Patriots can't score at home against the Chargers, what makes you think that they're going to score at all against the Steelers in Pittsburgh during the playoff race?
None. You're right.
I don't know.
I'm saying you guys can tell me anything.
Pittsburgh can win 12-3 here and be like, oh, okay.
You guys are completely right. There's no logic behind what I'm saying. It's just kind of what Big Ev said. I woke up this morning. I want points, and I think it's going to be where he's kind of right, Clemmer, where it could just be turnovers galore. Because like these quarterbacks are so bad, and their defenses are really good. Like the Patriots defense past 3 games, we said 10 points a game, and was 6 last time. Like I don't know. Maybe we get some chaos.
That's what I'm expecting.
That's what you need.
We need chaos for, it's crazy to say, 30 points.
Exactly.
It's
is
all.
why
You
I'm
could also
avoiding
just
the
talk
over.
your. You could just talk yourself into. Yeah, like. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
Like anything could happen.
Anything.
And what happens if
Cowboys may win out.
Zappy
The Cowboys
starting?
may not.
Zappy is starting.
Yeah, but like get us Malik Cunningham. They don't
That's
have film
what I'm
on
saying.
him.
Like
yeah.
that.
Cunningham can
I like
come
that.
out.
Yeah.
Like
you never
Malik.
know. Like he can just. They keep saying that they have plays for him. They haven't shown it yet. But let's get some more plays from Cunningham.
Ready? 2 pick sixes. So that's at 14.
Yep.
2 pick sixes. We're at 14.
Wait 1 second. It's so sad that when you even say 2 pick six, I'm like, how do we get in the rest?
Yeah, I bet you that's like minus 110. So we got 2 pick sixes. That gives us to 14, right? Let's say a breakaway touchdown from Pop Douglas. 70-yard screen pass. So that's 21.
Let's get a
Steelers, Mitch Trubisky, obviously prime time, 28. And we'll give the Steelers a field goal because of like a fumble. That's
Najee
31.
Harris isn't playing too, right?
Nope. 31 sounds pretty easy now that I
You
just said
guys
that.
are insane. Watching.
So I have an interesting.
At the end of this, you're gonna be like, "What did I just do for 3 hours?"
Here's an interesting pick. Chad Ryland, the Pat Spielberg here.
I might get a Rosetta Stone CD. Try to bet it myself.
Yes. You gotta come
Wait,
in this
what-
like
what
learner man
language?
tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you do it.
I Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
no, that was.
That was the look.
I know, but
that's
you
how you
can't,
do it.
can't do that when you're in your 40s.
Let me tell
though.
you something. The cuffs, look
Cuffs-
how fucking big those cuffs are.
You can't do that when you're 40.
That's Thanksgiving Eve, baby.
That's
Oh,
like-
9, I think.
Go, like, what's the hand on your stomach, too?
I don't know.
I love that.
It was like,
Is it
yeah.
hairspray?
You're showing off the cuff.
Yeah, the cuff.
exactly.
You're flashing the cuff link.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean, that's the look. You know?
Oh, yeah. See?
It's rubbing it
look.
everywhere.
Yeah, that had purple accents on that shirt.
Hit your head, bro.
Yeah.
That collar is ginormous.
What?
Those collars are ginormous.
What do you want me to do? I don't know. I bought the shirts. I don't.
Young man.
Yeah, that was the look.
For you, Rico.
I will say, in college, I'd go out in just like button downs and collars. Like that's what you had to do to go to like a club or like a bar.
Yeah, yeah.
There
wear
was no sweater
sweatpants.
over.
I'll never forget. We came back from Thanksgiving, and a buddy of mine went to Manhattan College, which is actually kind of crazy because it's. You would think like it was more so with me the same way. Like when you wheel in your stuff, I had like 32 button-ups and like 9 pairs of jeans, and they were like, "You need like all that?" It's like, God, yeah, like. And then I would do the thing where you turn the hanger the other way, so if you wore it, then it goes to the back of the rotation. You can't like, especially in a picture day and age, you know. Clemmer, you could wear whatever you want because like 3 weeks later they're getting the film developed. Us, that shit's hitting the next morning. You know what I mean?
We had Polaroids, you fuck.
We couldn't double up. So
You just gotta shake it.
credit to Marty and Ev. It's been a while since like now that they're not begging to get the lead story. But Soto,
You know what? It's nice.
Soto,
Promise.
2 Dodge Yankees.
We're back. This was a need. We needed something, and the Yankees. It was just the Yankees. No one else was getting Soto besides us. We said, "Fuck it, we're doing it." It was a need. We're not like some other team that's still paying people for other teams to have them play for them. But regardless, Juan Soto makes your lineup a World Series lineup. He's 24 years old. Everyone said he had a bad year last year. He just didn't.
Wait, you're
Started bad, and he still ended up having a great year.
numbers.
now, and I asked Ed Evan Hub this. Do you think the Yankees are back if they don't extend him?
But they're going to
They're
extend.
going to.
But you,
Well, Scott
But
Boras
if they
is the agent, though.
if they
Or
don't,
you
you
definitely
say that because if you don't extend him, it's worse that you traded for him.
Well, yeah, obviously. but
don't give up. Like King is a very good pitcher. That's just a fact. We gave up King, and he's a pitcher that any one team could use.
He is 29, though.
Yeah, but that's why I think it's a good trade. Like we didn't give up.
It's a good trade for a 1-year rental. But if you don't
Much.
re-sign him, the Yankees aren't back until you re-sign him.
Okay, so we're 7. I'm agree
Agree with that?
75% back.
Okay.
Because if we don't sign him, that's fucking idiotic.
I just don't see a world where we don't.
We should sign him now.
I do. I see a world. Scott Boras is the agent. He
Yeah, Boris is a prick.
He loves
He
having
has
guys
a
go to
good
free
year, and he holds you over the coals.
Well, yeah, but we're gonna.
Because he
we're
knows
gonna
the next,
open
that
the
the next
checkbook's
place.
open.
Yeah.
Checkbook's open. This is a
Okay.
guy.
Well,
20,
don't get me wrong. I think you guys have the money to re-sign him, and if he likes it there, obviously it's going to work out.
gonna love
Do
it.
not be surprised if Boris is shopping him everywhere
Yeah.
if he has a good year.
But regardless, we
They're
have,
shopping, but we're just gonna give them the most.
we
money.
have the money. This is what it is. The
Dodgers have a
Yankees-
lot of money.
And also, in Major League Baseball now, like people are accepting less to go to places where they let them be more.
Yankees though are no, he's
They are.
24 years old, and every prospect you want is what Juan Soto is. So he's worth everything.
Yes.
So you're gonna give him the way they went so hard at him. It was like, we're making this deal happen no matter what. They were like, oh, we're not doing King, and it's like, fuck it, give him King. Doesn't matter who we'll just go. The Yankees are completely back. It was finally in the past like 5 years. It was like, oh, we need this, and we're not getting this person, and now we finally got Juan Soto. I woke up so happy this morning.
Yamamoto's coming too.
Yamamoto's coming.
Book it.
He is.
Well, there's 7 teams in on Yamamoto. So
Yeah, I don't care. They have to
Yeah, no.
Why are
we're
you
getting
so?
him.
You seem to think Yankees have not shown us that they're spending a shitload of money. They're not going to go wildly over this luxury tax. Why
Yeah,
are
they
you
are.
so Why are you guys so confident? Now?
Because what we
Because
just
that's what
did.
they did in 2006.
Oh, we just did it. We just got the guy we
2008
needed
also.
now. We could have waited.
I
We
know.
got the deal done now, so we could go and focus on Yamamoto.
Yeah, Clemmer, they got Hideki Matsui, okay? What makes you think they're not going to get Yamamoto?
Right.
Tanaka?
Yeah. Like the AJ Burnett did sign in 09. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to portend in 2024.
We
Well,
were
but
already
CeCe
in.
CeCe did too, and that worked out pretty well.
I know it was a great deal, but it was also 15 years ago.
We were first ones in on Yamamoto.
Also,
They're already back. They already
Yamato's
went.
coming.
the fact
Japan.
that you guys A got Verdugo and B for the official Yankees screenshot that you put out of him, he had a beard and a grill.
It's kind of funny.
It's very funny, but I mean, I'm surprised George Steinbrenner didn't raise from the dead. And
He definitely
Because he's a real model fucking citizen.
Or yeah, he's a bad clubhouse guy. He
Illegal voter contributions, chasing down fucking
talking about Steinbrenner.
I'm talking about
or-
Verdugo.
Well, yeah.
Steinbrenner.
No, but
Verdugo's a
you
bad guy
couldn't
too.
shave your fucking sideburns, Mattingly.
What did he do in the
Burns.
80s? Chase off that player?
Yeah, I forget his name.
Like he did like a
It's,
scare tactic against him?
Speaking
Oh,
of
Dave
the dead,
Winfield.
Speaking
Dave
of the dead,
Winfield.
guys.
He deserved it.
Dave
Speaking of the
Winfield.
dead.
Yeah, I know, you're right. We shouldn't offend him. He's looking up at us right now.
Best owner in sports history.
Genuine question. You guys brought up Hideki Matsui. Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Yeah.
No, he didn't even play 10 years. Did he play 10 years?
He's awesome.
In my memory,
Who's calling anyone else Godzilla? Like, he was literally the best.
World
my
Series
memory-
MVP.
That's what everyone's called?
He had a good World Series in 09.
Well,
yeah, in my memory, I'm like, he was one of the best players in MLB.
he was.
Awesome.
He was when he was there.
Well, let me clear it up. Hideki Matsui did play 10 years, and he was on the ballot, and he got 0.9% of the vote.
He should get
Asian
0.9
discrimination.
Stop Asian hate.
You remember the
That was a hell of a
nickname?
ball player.
Otani's got no chance getting in the Hall of Fame.
You remember the
Yeah,
nickname?
if Hideki could fucking pitch, he'd be in.
Do you remember the nickname for
That's what they make out.
it a
The Asian
Decky
hate.
Arabo?
They make him pitch, too.
Hideki Arabo?
Yeah, Hideki Arabu.
Remember the nickname? Do you guys remember the nickname for Hideki Arabu? When he was getting shelled, they called him Upper Decky Arabu.
You remember George Steinbrenner's nickname for him?
I don't know if
Fat Pussy Toad.
Oh yes, and they had to
Had a-
they had to block it out in
Right.
the papers.
Listen,
and shit. It was
no,
nuts.
no matter what, back to the Yankees, they got this deal done because they know they have to do more. They're going to get a pitcher. They're going to get. I wouldn't even be surprised they add another bat. They're doing shit. Other
Well,
teams
yeah.
aren't doing shit right.
It's out of desperation. I mean, even as a
Desperation.
Yankee hater, it wasn't as fun to root against you. Because I almost
And the Yankees have so
you were
many more
not-
holes
You,
than
were,
just
you
so.
have to admit you were not at the top of your game for the last couple of years.
Well, I
Granted,
mean,
you made an NLCS, but it's like
Really,
it,
last year was last year was like the
just
rock
last-
bottom.
just Last
felt-
year, AL. I mean, we've been in the ALCS.
yeah, but if
Two years ago,
not
2 years
happy.
ago, you were
Like-
projected to win like 140 games at one point.
yeah. I'm not saying we're not happy with the results, but we've been kind of on top.
it felt like it
Besides
wasn't
last year.
it wasn't even. You also didn't have the hated guys, in the lineup. There weren't a lot of. It just felt like kind of the bad boy attitude or the easy to hate stuff wasn't there from the Yankees. Even as the biggest Yankee hater, it wasn't as fun.
Yeah.
In the '90s, it was easy. You hated all of them.
Why do you say no one's doing anything? The Diamondbacks made a pretty big move last night. Eduardo Rodriguez is a really good pitcher. Fits in that rotation really well. Other teams are doing stuff.
That's Eduardo Rodriguez is the biggest thing. Besides, no one's doing much. I think
There's
that's
not
a
much out
pretty
there.
fair thing to
Besides,
say.
Soto was the biggest.
Soto's Otani's
Bellinger.
Otani's going to sign probably next week. So
I mean,
Bellinger's
you
out.
can't try and dunk on me because Eduardo Rodriguez got signed.
No, but you
That's
make it sound-
it.
you-
We're doing Juan Soto. Okay, good for the
it
Diamondbacks.
happened the same hour. I mean, you
Good
guys
for them.
you said no one's doing anything.
Good for them.
It's a big move for them.
No,
They also made the trade for Suarez. That team's looking better than they were even in the World Series.
it's huge.
It is.
Juan Soto is Juan Soto.
I understand that. But
Eduardo Rodriguez. I said he won today. Who gives a
so the only thing that matters is superstar moves. Then.
Honestly, yeah. If you get a piece in your bullpen, no one's jerking off.
Okay.
Am I-
Comics.
Oh, the Orioles just jerked off to Craig Kimbrell.
No one's doing anything, Smitty.
I mean, we're doing.
We're talking about what? Are we guys kidding?
Come on.
I kind of
We're talking Juan Soto and Craig
does
Kimbrell.
seem-
You guys got Juan Soto.
Juan
Congratulations.
Soto is a generational talent.
He's the closest thing we have to Ted Williams in baseball. I completely agree.
So yeah, we're the only ones doing shit.
It does seem like the winter meetings are a little stale right now.
Yeah.
Nothing's.
I mean, like I said, Otani's
It's been slow. It's been slow out of the gates.
Very slow.
So that's what I said. Now you
I just hate. It's fine. I'm not gonna argue. It's just exhausting. Because anything I say, you're just gonna move the goalpost or change it. It's like
have said nothing changed at all.
no one did anything. And I'm like, well, someone did something. Well, that doesn't count. It's like, all right.
I think he's saying nobody had as big of a splash as Juan Soto.
Of course not.
Yeah.
That's what and
Of course not.
Obviously, someone has traded a relief pitcher at one point. That doesn't, that means
That's
nothing.
why I brought up a guy that's got $20 million a year. I didn't bring up a small thing.
Yeah, it's Eduardo Rodriguez to the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks aren't. I'll be honest. Diamondbacks probably won't make the playoffs next year.
I think. Oh, all right. I think they will.
That's my take.
Okay.
Wow.
Good
Rico, any
rotation.
comment?
Yeah, good. I mean, good rotation.
Very good rotation.
To Marty's point, when you overachieve to a degree, and they barely made the playoffs. Like, let's be honest.
They
barely made the playoffs.
I think about this.
See how that could be a easy mark.
I think about this
team.
way.
Also, what was their record in one-run games? What was their record, in comebacks?
Are you
in
saying they're like the
7th inning
Giants
on?
in football?
But that's a good comparison.
They just got a third baseman. They just got Suarez last month.
I totally get it.
They're making improvements.
He actually has a point, like that they barely made the playoffs. That's
If
They did 84 wins.
if Suzuki for the Cubs catches a routine fly ball, the Phillies win the World Series.
There's a world where that happens. Yeah. The Rangers were really good, though. No, I said
Right? Okay. The Phillies get to the World Series.
Smitty, that's so sad.
It's so sad, so sad. Especially since I had a future on the Cubs to make the playoffs.
You've been,
And that happened like a week before the
you
season.
must have been thinking about that for so long.
Oh, that's like one of that's a,
been waiting
that's a
for a
thing I
moment
think
to
of.
bring it up.
Yeah, it's a thing I think of at 3 a.m. for no reason.
Yeah, like that meme. Like, I wonder what he's thinking about. I'm like,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
thinking about other women.
This is not even about shitting on the Mets, but are you worried of like them not really being in anything really? If they don't get Yamamoto,
No, the Mets, we're kind of punting next year. Like we're hoping maybe for a wild card spot. Like that.
you don't think that's crazy?
No, because we have to pay. When we made those deals at the deadline, we basically said we'll pay these guys so we get better prospects back. So that was kind of the Faustian bargain. You're like, all right, I will basically sacrifice next year to get as many prospects as possible. We knew that. I knew that in July 31st.
I know. I just think that as
The
a
reality, it
team
sucks.
That's like you got your guy who has money. It's
He's
all
spending the
this.
money.
It's just
I've said
punt
it.
a year.
I've said it 100 times.
With the
The
guy
ver-
like that's
the very
embarrassing.
scary thing is we watched the window develop from like 14 into 15, and now we're watching the window just close.
I don't think it is closing.
I think you're like
We'll have so much more money to
first-
spend next year.
the first wave of the window close. Like officially that 15 run of still kind of being in it. 18, 19 when we made that run of like we won 16 in a row.
Would you say guys like Alonso and
that
Marte,
whole
like,
that whole window is
Marte.
all going.
I know, but they're all
I've been
going
shitting
down.
on the Mets. They're all everyone's.
I get
going
guys
down.
like Beatty and the young core like
Core
coming
of-
up.
core of
Maybe.
Nimmo, McNeil and Alonso
Lindor.
and Lindor and that
Lindor, I
Odd.
think is really good. Still.
is like
He is.
Lonzo's really good.
done.
I think he's just gonna decline though soon.
I hope not.
What's Alonso?
Old, yeah,
Is he 30 yet?
He's close to it. Yeah.
gotta be.
And he's going to be a free agent after next season.
I might let
That's
him. I
kinda-
might let him go. I know we haven't had like a homegrown guy like that, but
You say you have money to spend, like you.
Well, the
money
Verlander, no, I'm sorry, the Scherzer deal will be off the books. I feel like there's another deal I'm forgetting that's off the books. I'm sorry.
Just hopefully they pick the right people this time. 'Cause it
That's
wasn't-
good.
Well,
That's
we have a new GM, though. We
Yeah,
have
no,
a new
that-
guy in charge.
that,
so
you'd have a chance.
I have confidence in.
But just
Scherzer.
like punting, I guess when you're in the when you have that money, it's punting sounds just so bad.
When I say punting, I mean like we're punting the division. We're not
you
gonna.
are.
The Braves are so much better. The Phillies are so much better.
it's scary.
So you have to be like, listen, the wild card is.
You and Marlins are close.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
Wouldn't
can't
say
argue
they're
that.
better than you, but like
Marlins had a better record last year. I think we'll have a better record this year. I mean, obviously, still moves
If
that.
Alcantara can get back, like he was horrible last year.
Marlins by the playoffs last year. Forget that.
people forget.
For them.
I do forget that.
I bet. I'm
And then they
winning World
fired that-
Series.
They fired that
The
person.
GM. I know.
Or
They
walk.
don't like
Insane.
success.
No, they
Hate
don't.
success.
No.
When you're success.
Or women.
Talking about some hate. Asian hate.
Oh,
that-
what the fuck's he talking about?
I know, it's probably the same thing. Is that the theme of today's show?
yeah, there's a lot of themes going on, especially on
promise.
Pearl Harbor Day. There's a lot going
Oh my
on.
God! I didn't even
Problem
put
in this
that
country.
I
together.
didn't even think about that.
That's a fucking
A
animal.
lot of streams getting crossed.
Fucking animal.
Some show.
Nuts. So Ev was on to something last night. I don't know how much you guys have been watching college basketball. Pretty good slate last night, but that line was just a screamer in Marquette.
Oh yeah.
Marquette looked good.
Easy.
Have you started to get in on futures for college basketball?
Or we're talking
Or
about
have you
yesterday,
watched
Yeah.
enough? You kind of get into the tournament.
Yeah.
Have you watched anything yet that you're looking?
Nothing that isn't really talked about here for betting purposes.
I think Houston right now at 16-1 is something I don't know how you don't want to get involved with. They squish people on defense, Marty.
No, they do. I
Squish people.
no hundreds. I'm looking up.
They're like the
odds right now.
49ers in football. I don't know how to explain that, but just like they can really run up the score and be like humiliate you.
Yes.
But they
You
also
just
go
can't
cold
score.
shooting sometimes.
But people say like they go cold shooting. They have the best, probably one of the best shooters in the country in LJ Cryer.
no, that was,
Jamal Shedd's playing like a top 3-point guard in the nation. Like,
You also love Houston. Like you got you've been loving Houston for the past 5 years. I've
but
known
no,
you
that's
for-
such bull. But like,
I
they
get
made the Elite Eight. They made the Elite Eight, lost to Villanova by like 2 points. It was like 48-44.
I'm not saying it's a bad bet. Like
No, I know, but
obviously Houston's a good.
I think
really good
everyone's
team.
only thinking about the Miami team last year, where they were great offensively. They had to not miss, and they did not miss. Like anybody would lose that game.
Right.
But I just think that like Houston, you should 16-1. Take it. Like I have no problem with that. But there's so many fucking teams right
Well, that I think is that's kind of
UConn's
why
14-1. That's like a team that won it last year with players on it. The team still that won it. 14-1 is insane. Talk about guards and the best shooters. They have some of the best.
No, but I meant
guards.
on UConn. Those are my two picks.
But like you're gonna tell me that you're not gonna put a flyer on a Duke or a Creighton 22-1.
No, I think Baylor at 25.
Baylor was who I was going to say.
Miami, Florida, Miami 40-1. Like, there's still teams that are like really good at 40. Gonzaga's 40-1.
Flyer. Want to hear a flyer that I have?
Dayton.
No. I mean, of course.
I
I
didn't get canceled yesterday.
Shooting.
You shooting at UNLV.
Oh, that's hard.
Pray for everyone at UNLV. It's a
Horrible.
tragic event. Some things are bigger than sports.
Horrible.
A flyer though, Villanova 40-1.
No way.
Yes, if you're gonna get value on them right now, take them right.
Sure.
Take them right now. They won't get lower than this.
Did
That's-
St. Joe's just beat them?
Yes, but they're 0-3 against the Philly schools, but
and
they
it's also
beat.
Kansas
They also
State.
beat UNC. They crushed Memphis. They lost on a buzzer beater to Kansas State. I think that Villanova will get better throughout the year. Like that's a value pick. I'm saying it's a
but
five.
yes, you're right. Right now, if you're gonna take it 41
Yeah.
Villanova, you could all of a sudden see them be like, "Oh fuck, they're actually good again."
Yeah,
Did
and, like-
Justin Morris get hurt again though?
Not positive. I don't
Only
think it was
thing
like a
I'm
torn
nervous
ACL.
about.
But I think that this team's
You
gonna get
mentioned
better.
Team 60-1, Memphis. 60-1 Memphis, not crazy.
I like them AAC to win the AAC.
So, like, I think Carolina's good. They're at 41. Big picture. What do we really know about the scape of college basketball this year? Like, I felt like last year it was hey, there's a lot of good teams. Anybody can win it. I think it's a little bit more open this year.
Yeah, probably.
More open this year?
Yeah, I
It was
do.
wide open.
I
it's
think
pretty
it's
wide open.
very like now we might have a very big separation of a tier like Kansas, Marquette, UConn, Houston, Baylor, even Duke, Carolina. Like I think that they could get into it's going to be one of those 8 teams. But I do think the list right now is pretty deep. I mean,
There's no one that you
Tennessee looked good out there.
There's no one you could say that I'd be like, "Oh, there's no chance someone could beat them." There's
Arizona, I
like
should have said too. I think
Purdue is still there. Even though
Purdue's taking
they'll
names.
lose in the Sweet 16, 100%.
Purdue's taking names this year.
This is a conferences. So like you got, I think Memphis plus 195 is pretty
I love
intriguing.
that. Yeah, I love that.
They're talented as hell.
Yeah, to beat.
They're old too.
Penny's just like not a great coach.
No.
Quinterly's
He's
actually
a little
playing
emotional.
Quinterly's playing well for them.
Yeah, Quinterly would have been a good. He should have stayed in
I
Tuscaloosa.
mean, obviously Dayton.
Even Arkansas 25-1, like obviously is good in the tournament. I don't know.
Texas A&M at 40-1.
I think that this year is going to be amazing.
I was so impressed with Creighton. I've watched them play 2 games this year, and just the guys on the bench can even shoot lights out.
Yeah, they're
I'm like, there's no one on this
Here's-
team. That
Listen, here's the
can't
thing.
shoot.
made the
McDermott.
Elite
What did
Eight last
McDermott
year.
lose in last year? The Elite Eight.
Eight.
Yeah, that's the first time he's. Am I wrong? Is that the first like real success he's had into the second weekend? Dukes, did he
Pretty
make
sure.
his
Who?
16
Think
once
so.
before? McDermott?
No,
Yeah,
he really hasn't had tournament success.
Yeah,
that,
he
that
has.
was his best run.
That
like-
style just doesn't work in the.
No, I just think he had some issues a couple of years ago when they were really good. He made some comments in the locker room that were distasteful, and I think he
Not good.
hurt the
good.
locker room.
Bad.
And then yeah, I mean he had his son, but they were a pest. They were like
Son was there a long time ago.
Son was there a long time ago, but that was when they were like a nice story at Creighton. He had him. He had the kid Raggy, who looked like he walked off a fucking men's league team. Like they were a little bit overachieving. Now he's kind of building it into a true like power. He's getting big transfers and shit like that. So, but he's another guy with no like tournament success. I mean, you go down the list of the champions in the order: 9-1, Matt Painter, no tournament success. Arizona, Tommy Lloyd. It's his what, 3rd year?
And they've been close. I mean,
Arizona's been close, but no, he lost in the first round to Princeton.
didn't they? No, last year they did. But I'm saying what was it 2 years ago? They lost to. They were like in the Elite Eight or they were in the Elite Eight 2 years. Because remember they had the game against TCU. That was like a
Yeah, that
TCU
was
almost beat them, but they pulled it out.
That was the second round, and I
Was
think
it only second round?
And I think they got waxed in the Sweet 16.
Maybe.
Calipari, tournament success, but he's kind of fading a little bit. Danny Hurley, national champion, but he just broke through, so not a
Also with Kentucky,
massive amount of it.
Kentucky is an NCAA champion hasn't been that young as well. They have a very young team. They have 5 top 50 freshmen as their.
It was 5 top like 25.
Shaka.
They're insane, but there hasn't been a one and done team that's won a championship, and I don't even know if it's ever been.
Shaka.
His Anthony Davis team.
Yeah, that's probably the last time.
That was in 2011.
I'm thinking Noah
His last like every year, somewhat like they've been more like they've had seniors, they've had transfers, they've had like a lot of experience.
Shaka.
Arizona got smoked by Houston.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
That's right.
Shaka Smart, 16-1. No tournament success other than that first Final Four, which was a long time ago. And then he went out in the first weekend every year except last, and they even got waxed by Michigan State in the Sweet 16. What was that second round?
Cat's good too, though.
Marquette go out in the second round last year?
No.
Last year was chaos.
Yeah, last year there was the crazy one.
They lost to Michigan State. Creighton, no real success from McDermott. Shire, no tournament success. Not his fault. It's only been his second year. Arkansas, Muss, success. Baylor, Drew, success. Michigan State, success, but it's been a while. He goes every once. Rick Barnes, mess. Oates, couple of Sweet 16s, not a massive big resume.
No.
Mick Cronin, mid-level, has not broken through all the way through yet. He didn't have.
No,
he had
they
that
made the Final
right?
Four.
He
Yeah.
did. He had that Final Four team. So, but one time, Dusty May, the one time. Gonzaga, Mark Few, good success. Larinaga, good success. Hubert Davis, second year. Buzz, mixed. USC, off the top of my head, don't know who their head coach.
And Enfield.
Yeah,
They've
Enfield.
had
He's a
some
good coach.
success.
Okay, yeah, but not.
Also, Bronny-
Villanova,
Bronny's
young
back
coach.
Sunday.
Willard, young coach. Howard, not a lot of success. Dana Altman, good, but a long period of time. Like, this is all the way down.
Go back to
This
Willard.
list. This is a lot of guys.
It's just
Go back to Willard. He's not a good tournament coach.
Who?
Now,
Willard.
again,
Yeah, no.
it doesn't always matter. Like, I was big on it's got to be the coaches. There is a shift because Danny Hurley never made it to the Sweet 16 and he cut down the nets last year. And he's a fucking hell of a coach. Eventually, it just works. But that's a lot of names on that list of futures with guys who have no tournament experience.
We've lost.
Now,
all
it might not matter.
We lost all the guys. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a whole new generation.
One of them
Yeah.
can break through, but you're talking about an open field and a lot of guys with not a lot of navigating through the tournament and making sure that their team is not overlooking Akron when they're a fucking 16-point spread in the first round.
What are
You're
they-
setting yourself up for another year of chaos. And I don't think anyone's really separated themselves as the best team on the planet. You can have a tier, Arizona, UConn, Kansas, Houston, Baylor. You can put a tier up there. But, man, it's pretty interchangeable as we go.
College basketball is also the biggest overreaction in the sport where, like, a team like UConn loses on the road to a top 5 team, and people are like, all right, like, you see they're not that good.
No
You
chance.
lose four games in college basketball. You're incredible at the sport.
But UConn last year, I mean, obviously they won, they were in the tournament, but like nobody saw them going into the tournament and dominating the way they absolutely did. Like they just
Yes.
ran through teams.
Well, that's the other thing
Tournament.
that's getting forgotten. Again, we said yes. Aside from that 5-game span in January, UConn was the best team in the country.
It wasn't even close in the
They
tournament.
had some guys hurt.
That 5-game span was bad.
Yeah, it was bad, but
What about Creighton's span
Guys
though?
were
They
hurt.
like they came out of Maui last year, and everyone was like, "How are they going to lose a game in the Big East?" And then you see,
That's what happens.
Ken Palm had them still. Like they would lose 9 out of 12 games, and Ken Palm would be like, "No, they're still the 9th
Yeah.
best team in the country."
Yeah. The thing is though, with this year, what are they gonna call March when the most overrated coach isn't gonna be there?
you don't think they're making the tournament?
No, they
Ew.
suck. Michigan
I
State.
do think they're bad.
They
I've seen them
suck.
in person.
I think they will.
They
They'll
don't
get
have-
Big Ten wins.
Because all you have to
Big
do
Ten
is go.
kinda sucks.
All you have to do is go 500 in the Big Ten, and you're
Big Ten's down
in safely.
this year.
Bingo.
They're,
Yeah.
they're,
That's it.
who's
Bingo.
good in the Big Ten this year besides Purdue
cares?
and I know I get
Illinois is
it. but,
very
like,
good.
Illinois,
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
and Wisconsin. So
And Northwestern be a little. Don't they have
Northwestern
guys
looks
back?
pretty
They're a little
good.
pesky.
Ohio State's been better than even
Ohio
I
State.
thought.
Northwestern is just good. Like they are
Yeah,
actually
I think so,
legitimately. I watched them against Dayton when they played, and I was like, oh, like this is like a game you kind of want to have. But I was like, it came out. I was like, wow, they like couldn't miss. Like they have they're known for the defense.
They just beat Purdue.
The
Still got the
offense.
kid Bowie, right?
They got this guy Langsaborg or something that's fucking incredible. They have shooters.
Yeah.
Northwestern is legitimately going to be in the
They're-
top
they
half
are
of that
good.
conference this year.
And Michigan State, if they finish below 500, but
No,
no,
don't do it.
win
Don't
the Big
fucking
Ten
do it.
tournament.
No.
You mean to tell me they're
The
not?
whole world will be in it.
Yeah.
The whole world.
That's what everyone says. Whenever he loses, Izzo will come back and do this.
Because that's
fucking
what he
guy.
does.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't win at all. But, like he's in the Sweet 16 every year.
He just complains. Did you see his fucking press conference
honest,
after they lost? He's such a loser.
I think Nebraska will be
Really
sneaky
is.
good.
Our guy.
They got more guys, though.
What's happening?
Yeah,
He had like 5 shots last
don't
game.
want you don't want to play your best ball in November.
I get it. There's no one that likes him more than me, but he shot 5 shots last game.
And Penn State's a team that I think will get better. Like, there's not going to be any gimmies in the Big Ten. I mean, there never was,
No,
but
never is.
Mike Rhodes and that fucking havoc defense that he plays, like that he
They
played
ain't
at
that
VC.
good.
Yeah, but he's a transfer coach. I'm telling you, I've watched enough VCU basketball in my days, and I fucking hate that fan base more than anything. Mike Rhodes could start off the year bad, implements his havoc defense, implements his system, and he will get upset wins. I would not be surprised if he gets like a top 5 win, 2 top 5 wins this year.
Yeah, I that game last night, Maryland
Covered.
wasn't good either.
You think
Did you
that's
see how that game ended?
No.
To go to overtime, Maryland fouled. Penn State down 2, inbounds the ball. And Maryland tried to go for the steal, fouls him, sends Penn State to the line, makes both free throws, game goes to overtime.
Jeez. That's just college kids.
It was most like they're just kids.
You agree with that or is that an overreaction that it's wide open? I know we say it every year, but I really do think it's wide open.
The problem is
I don't think
the
we
problem
know
is
enough.
we say it's wide open a lot, and then there's always that Ken Pom thing that like the stat never misses, and it just happens every year.
It missed last year.
I thought UConn was top in both.
No, so the stat is okay. So the stat is you need to be top 25
In offense, defense.
Yep, but it's also Ken Pom for the last 13 years predicted if you're in the top 5 of Ken Pom, one of those 5 teams would win the national championship. UConn broke it last year.
But they were top 25 offensive defense. No,
Right. But I'm saying there's also the stat if you're top 5, beginning of the year preseason Ken Pom, like you won the national championship 13 years in a row. UConn broke that last year because they weren't top 5 in Ken Pom.
I was talking about the top 25.
Yeah, you know, I'm saying like
So
yeah.
well-rounded thing,
Yeah.
but it almost, I don't know, maybe it's the recency bias that they just won it last year, but when I watch UConn, it's hard for me not to see them be right back.
How about
It's fucking championship culture.
They just, I mean, and Newton's unreal. I mean, they got size, they got shooting.
Ev, also, we were talking on Monday, I think it might have been the day or Tuesday on Cam Spencer choking away that Kansas game.
He got a good look,
I
yeah.
mean, he fucking killed UNC, and we was talking so much shit.
But that's
Now
why-
people are sucking him off like, is he Jordan Hawkins? Is he? It's like,
I mean,
is he,
he's a good player. He got a good look. He missed a shot. I wouldn't say like
No, that wasn't a good look. That was bad.
He's
that
like
was
one of the best
bad.
shooters in the country.
Against the Kansas?
Kansas, that was a bad look.
What are you talking about?
I don't think so.
That was a bad look. I
was
thought
a-
he was at it. I could have sworn he had like a hand directly in his face, fade away.
It was like a pretty wide open, like not. It was like in between, like not the corner, but not even quite the
He
wing,
just
like in
wasn't even
between.
close to the.
Pump.
He just like front rim.
Kansas also like people are talking about like that was a good loss for UConn when Kansas just like that was a great win for them too.
Yeah.
People kind of dismissed Kansas in that game 100%.
Well, I think it was more just it was a true home game like that.
Yeah, but it's still
Lawrence.
like they beat UConn, you know.
Sure,
like,
no. I don't like. I wouldn't say like it was a solid win, and I also wouldn't say it was like a bad loss.
It definitely wasn't a bad loss, but that was what people came out of it more, which I didn't understand.
I think
you,
Cam Spencer is like one of the best players in the country.
What do you guys think about this? So Dylan Harper is more of a broader sports. Dylan Harper commits to Rutgers.
Loser.
My old friend Woj steals it like 10 minutes before.
Loser.
Breaks the announcement. Ron Harper Sr., somebody tweeted at him like, yo, that's bullshit. You stole the kid's announcement. Ron Harper Sr. goes, don't worry, I'll see him soon. Like a very
Basically threatened him up.
Wow. Yeah, like
I love that.
Ron
Like, how
Harper
much of a
like
loser you
playing
have to
cards,
be?
playing cards with Jordan. Probably got fists thrown at practice.
How did he get it? Who leaked it?
Woj.
No, I know, but who leaked it to Woj? Like,
to
who
be
would
honest, everyone knew.
Everyone
he was
kind
going
of
to
knew he
Rutgers.
was going to go to
But like,
Rutgers, yeah.
regardless, like let the fucking kid. He's supposed to be. He's number 1 in the class. Like he's or 2.
Rutgers got 2 and 3 from this class. Unprecedented.
Ace Bailey and
Both.
and they have like the number 17 recruit.
Isn't it Woj's job to break news though?
In
But
the
this
NBA,
is a child.
in the
This is
NBA,
literally a 17-year-old
kid is having
kid.
a press conference where he's gonna do it.
Like, let the
I'm playing
kid-
devil's advocate here. I'm just saying, like,
Like
Yeah, it
Joe
is,
Tipton.
but-
Joe Tipton is the guy for college basketball that will break all the news, and he clearly knew, and he had some fucking class. That's why Joe Tipton's the best in the business.
I like Tipton.
Yeah, I like Tipton a
I
lot
do too. I
Yeah.
actually was just DM with him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I'm also turning into a Trilly Donovan guy.
You like Trilly now.
I do.
Thank
I never,
God.
well, I never had a problem with
he's
him.
not a person, no.
You don't like coaching changes or whatever.
I don't
I like Trilly. I thought he's just a funny guy on Twitter that actually knows a lot of stuff.
He's the
I
best
don't think he's
insider in
fun-
college
yeah,
basketball.
Yeah, he's just not.
he's
How
got
do you
everything.
not like him?
I never not liked him.
Oh,
He mixed it up with this guy coaching changes who like was trying to flame me every once in a while.
Oh, speaking of flaming, well, first of all, Woj loser.
Yes.
Let the kid. It's college. Once he's in college, you want something else, go for
I
it.
think-
is that kind of the unwritten rule?
It's like, did Shams put something out after?
No.
No?
Do you
Okay.
think really
Well,
quick?
Woj, you got to remember this. Woj is a New Jersey guy. That's where the whole beef starts too. Where he goes, Danny Hurley's not leaving it. It's like, guy, you think he's gonna make $112,000 or $130,000 at Wagner?
I was waiting to see
What are
if
we
he would
talking about?
work in the story
What are we
somehow. With
Well,
this.
It's thinking you're smarter than the rest of the room, and it makes you look like an asshole.
Listen,
Which if
these
you watch
guys-
Surviving
you-
Barstool last night, you see that.
Do you think that somebody in the NBA that went to Rutgers leaked that information? Like, you don't think that it could? Like, I don't think it was Geo Baker or Ron Harper
was
Jr.
just-
I just
So
everyone
obvious.
just knew what like it was happening.
Like your brother went there. Like you knew it. Like if your final three is Kentucky, Duke, and Rutgers, I think you know where you're gonna go.
Ron
Because-
Harper Sr. also made a comment like, your grandma has driven you to every fucking AAU practice all up and down New Jersey. The least you can do for her is go home in state and let her go to your home games.
Yes, like
Like he was
everyone-
basically like, you're going to Rutgers.
Oh, Rutgers?
and it was like a known thing. Like the kid Bailey was going already.
Yeah.
It was known they'd become like
Your
boys.
top
Like
three
it was like
is
a
when
thing.
it's Duke, Kansas, UNC. Yeah, one of those, great. When you have Rutgers in the mix, you know you're going to Rutgers.
He also, there's one last like Diviate to it. Dylan Harper was fucking around with all the media. So like he started pinning on his Instagram. He unpinned Rutgers and then pinned Indiana and Duke, and he was playing like mind games with the fan bases. And he knew the entire time he was going
Yeah,
to
I like
Rutgers.
that.
I kind of like that a lot.
Rutgers is gonna be popping, and that's good. It's like
Oh,
right
yeah.
there. Like we lucky we got in with them early.
Yeah.
They better not
Yeah,
forget about it.
we did get
now
it with
because
stock.
I could see Jordan sitting fucking courtside now, and all Ron Harper's boys and Scottie Pippen and all these guys. It's been like, yo, don't forget about us, man. We were there when we were fighting Wisconsin for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Bosco,
Don't
you
forget
sent
about
a
us.
you sent a
Texted
text.
him right away last night.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats,
Chris?
I was gonna say, did you text him
Did
this
you
one?
text
Saying
Chris?
congrats.
Chris and Steve.
Shout out Steve Peichel, great dude.
No. Me and Peichel aren't like that. The assistant coach, Brooklyn guy,
That's so funny,
used to
man.
be able to drink a Coors Light in 6 seconds.
Oh yeah, you told us that when we went.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Is that long?
I don't think.
Short?
I don't think it's that fast.
All right.
Yeah.
I think
I
you're
don't
under.
think that's noteworthy at all.
How long?
6
6
seconds.
seconds.
But like, but
It's like 3
drink,
seconds,
not like
I feel
chug.
like it's like
Drink.
Wait till
What
you
do
hear
you
about
mean?
Dana
So what's the
Beers.
point of bringing it up? then?
what? Drink and chug? What are you talking
This
about?
guy used to drink a beer.
You got used to drinking beer in 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
All right, let me.
Marty, tell him about your old
win
roommate.
I don't know if you know who
wait
Dana
here.
Beers is, but he
All right.
does in 2 seconds.
It's more of like you get around. We each have one. You're watching it, and the next thing you know, he's like, "Hey, you want another one?" Because he's done.
Bro,
He's
what
a
are
fast
you
drinker.
talking about? He just drinks.
Drinks fast.
Whatever.
He doesn't drink it. He doesn't chug it. He drinks it fast.
Yes. Okay.
This is the assistant coach of Rutgers.
All right, let's relax. Cut the whole segment.
Guy eats. I've seen him eat a pizza slice before.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell
Man,
you
that
what.
shit goes fast.
He doesn't actually take one bite.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, so Woj sucks, but Rutgers, that's gonna be a. Whatever. I'll take the L. I don't really care.
Oh, you just throw in a slam at a Woj for no reason.
I'll take the
You
L.
said it so genuine. I've seen him
meant-
drinks
Yeah,
a beer in 6
I,
seconds.
what I meant is again,
Guy boys,
you get around,
Yeah,
it's gone, and the next thing you know, it's like you need another one. It's like I still got this one. You just got me one. Like,
And then he says, "Yeah, Woj sucks."
Woj sucks. That's the motto. All right, what else you got? Have you started looking at bowl games?
Wait, first, you and Stephen Che. This is
Wrap.
real. The tweets last night were real.
You guys were going back.
You guys were going back and forth.
A wrap.
And I will say, Che, it doesn't matter. You can't get to him. The man's like.
That's what I was gonna say. The thing with like Kirk, he is unflappable. If you think the Minifans are gonna break Stephen Shea, you're sadly mistaken.
He was tweeting with Minifans, and also breaking down the last game of the Bucks at the same.
Shea is unbreakable.
And like
Che,
Teflon Shea.
Jay,
Dead serious.
Jay
Mentally.
still won't relent the fact that he said that Jalen Hurts needs to be injured. And the national media came at him, and he still hasn't backed down from it.
And I will say, the Minifans, very funny. Some of the rat jokes, very funny.
So, Rico, I have to ask you a question. So, Che posted a clip of you saying, hey, it's just a game. This is from a few months ago. It's just a game. Whatever happens, we'll shake hands and move on.
I lied.
Done. They're done.
I will say, I thought
put
it was
it
a
this
good,
way,
pretty
yeah.
one sec, Rico. It was a pretty good dunk on him doing that. I thought it was pretty good, but also every reality game here, everyone says it's just a
Yes.
game, and then once
And
you
then-
get in it,
And then
it's
you-
a go fuck yourself.
Listen, if I went out the first night, would I be that mad? It's like once you start tasting it, once you get to emerge, like you start looking, you do the math, and then more so the choices you make or whatever. You know, it is what it is. A lot of it's on. I mean, some of it's on me. I do think I got played like a fiddle
all of it
to a degree.
Yeah, wait,
What
I
do you
saw
mean
that.
all of it's on me.
You were amazing again, funny, but you were not in that. And you had no idea what was going on in any of these votes.
Rico, I have a question.
Oh, there's no chance. I knew we were taking out Dave.
I'm saying
there was a
you-
conversation that was cut when Gaz said, PFT said we'll go for Gaz, which I didn't agree with, but you got to stick with the 3 because you can't split it.
No, you can.
Like, I was very much in it, but here's the problem.
No, you
I was,
can split it.
as it
And
turns
that's why I
out,
don't think he could have.
As one, yeah, you could have.
as it turns out, I thought it
Go
was
with Dave.
I thought it was a 3-man.
to go with to get out
Yeah.
PFT.
But then he would have been a full he would have flipped completely.
would have been with Tommy and Gas.
Yes,
I think that would have been a bad move
I-
for him at the time.
I thought it was
think.
I thought it was a 3-man batting order, and each guy was interchangeable. As it turns out, there was a 4-man batting order, and I was very much a distant 4th.
Okay, that's
Bosco, question. You said that I saw a tweet that you said like there was like a fiddler, like you got fiddled.
Yeah.
What is that in reference to?
PFT.
He
I do think he had Che's interests at heart more. And then the conversation here when Jerry kind of bails, he's texting him, firing away. He tells Che he's going to give him the idol. Like, I was a very distant 4th.
So you
But
think
to that point, if I went with Dave, Gaz, and Tommy from the get-go, I do think I might have been a distant 4th. In hindsight, the way to play it, but again, I'm loyal. Like, I didn't stab Jerry in the back. The real way to do it was when they were going to fuck Dave, I pulled Dave aside and say, I'm going to save your life right now. You have to now put me second in the batting order ahead of Tommy and Gaz. And we clip that and work with Che because you were getting, work with Kirk to get Che out. You clip basically 2 heads of that 4th. PFT's a sitting duck. And now we're at a merge with 5. And Will, Fights, and KFC can't all win immunities. So it just goes clip, 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 and you're in the final 5. And you go from there. And it was challenges, which I was pretty good at. Maybe I win out.
All right, so
It's hindsight 2020. I also wish I found the fucking idol and didn't tell anybody.
right.
I
Well,
was right there. So,
you're mad at Che. Why aren't you mad at PFT?
or Will?
Will voted with the numbers. Like, that's the thing. I'm not mad at everyone. Like, Fights and KFC, we never really worked with. And they, again, to their point, look, how can I be mad at them? They played the numbers. I played
PFT
the
was in
numbers.
your alliance.
Yeah, I'm a little tiffed at that. I do think I kept saying it too. If you watch the show, I kept being like, "You drive, I'm in the back seat," but I hate it. And then I really started to get panicked when he's like, "Yeah, of course you want Che." I'm like, and he's like, "You're thinking too far ahead." I'm like, "Nah, now he's like completely pushing me down." That's when I got a little like frustrated with it. But the other thing that was not shown, doing advisors that day hurt me because I didn't have an hour to get any of them in the room. I had a quick conversation with Will.
No.
Yeah, fair. Fights at the end, I was like, you want to talk? And Fights is so frustratingly laissez-faire that I'm like, what do you think? He's just kind of like literally like this, like, oh yeah, I don't know. Like, he's a nice guy, but it's like, guy, let's go here. Like, he just doesn't care. It's so, again, no ill will to him, but he just truthfully didn't care. Yeah, it was. I would have done it for a month. I didn't expect to do something like this show, but with that cast of heavy hitters, like probably 12 of the 14 being like true content, really good people, and then you can minus out 2, Nate and Che. But I think it's it was a great show. So you know,
It looks like a lot of fun. I will say
it was. The games were. I give.
It looks
credit to-
enormously
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, no bullshit. At the end of it, I hand wrote all of production a thank you note because it was brutal. It was a long days, and we got to do all the fun. They didn't get to do it, and then we terrorized them the whole time too.
One day you won't say what you did.
Brother, I mean, it's truthful. They worked a long time. So
I
and I
know.
and I also
Doesn't
like
want the credit.
about a
Doesn't
minute
want
in,
the
I
credit.
terrorized them. So like it is what it
The
is.
producers are that's why we gave them the bonus shit, the hardest working people.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody who bought, but yeah, I mean, if you're asking why, like my problem, it's just you were an unoriginal, and then again, like you just kept wafering. He fucks Kirk, then he fucks me, you know, and you're just wafering back and forth of playing this whole thing. You're with them, but you're really with PFT and Jerry. So it's like you were just a fucking nomad, which tells me you're unoriginal, which is par for the course. But
So it's this is what I'm saying. This is why our reality shows are so good because these are just real beefs now.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. They're real. Like there's no facade happening here. This is just people like Kirk hates Che. You hate Che. It's
I'll tell you what, in the Barstool universe, it's a hell of a move to knock two people like that.
crazy people.
Yeah, back to back. It's one thing to like
Also,
backstab one of them,
It's like-
and you do the next one the next night.
Jay's a different type of crazy. He literally goes to when he goes to 7-Eleven, his wife just lets him go look at the drinks. That's how in his own world he is. He wants to go check out the new drinks.
It is what it is. So
Isn't that crazy?
He just stares in front of the cooler for like a minute.
How is that?
staring at
You
the
no
drink.
reaction to that? That he just goes to look at the new drinks.
yeah, it'd be a shame if he opened it up and froze to death.
There's nothing Che can do that would really like surprise me.
close
Open
the
the
door?
drink door and froze to death.
Be a shame around the holidays. Nobody wants that.
It's like that guy in Goodfellas. He's in the truck.
Frankie Carbone. That was in the meat truck in the freezer.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a week to thaw him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I wasn't really aligned with Will in fights, so like they just followed the numbers. So I don't really have. It's when you're an unoriginal person and also you have an alliance from like July. Like how fucking insecure are you? You don't even know what the tribes are gonna be. Plus all the dumb questions all week, like it gets to you. So
It is
what it is.
devil's advocate. Having an alliance in July was probably pretty smart.
But it is bullshit.
I don't think. I
get it.
I don't like that. That's
I
not
actually
pure to the
agree.
game. I don't like.
I
that.
agree
Total
with
bullshit.
that. I agree. I don't think you should be able to talk about the game before. Like,
I agree.
Survivor Cast don't, but it is different.
It's not the
Different.
same thing.
Different game.
I think there's also a
We're
way to
talking about guys that stole the game.
Anything goes.
Like anything goes.
You know, this is a
Besides burning down
that's-
Jesse Lowe's
because
house.
if it was
That's my regret.
if it was pure to the
I
game,
didn't do more of
Rico
anything.
would be like they'd be like respecting Che.
Yeah.
The reason I think this is so much more interesting than, and I love the Real Survivor, is because after this game's over, you got to work with these people. So it's like, you know, Real Survivor, you go to your jobs and you live your lives. With this, it's different because you have to see these people every day and deal with them. So like when Che shakes Kirk's hand and says, you know, I'm on your side, and then stabs in the back, you know, an hour later, that's gonna have more effects than in a like Survivor.
I mean, it's very
Dave-
simple with Dave.
Dave and
Three-
Jerry.
Even Jerry.
Shook hands.
3 people voted out Dave. He does not have he probably does. If he does, he's hiding it. But he has no animosity to me and not that much really
Because
PFT because he kind of respects the game. We were 2
No, it
ships in
wasn't
the
the
night.
game. You didn't say you were voting
Yes.
with him.
Right.
Jerry said he was voting with him. There's a difference of voting if you're. Dave wasn't in your alliance. He said he didn't trust you enough more than Jerry. So then he goes, "I'm going with Jerry," and then Jerry fucked him. That's why he was like, he can't be mad at you.
Right. So
I can
the
also-
same way with Will and KFC, like no real conversation.
You didn't talk
no,
to him,
yeah, exactly. So
I do see, to some side, I do see Steven's Chase side because he, in his mind, I think he's just playing a game. Where
yeah, but
I don't know if he looked past the personal element of it. I got to work with these guys now.
Definitely not.
But it's playing the game is where the line gets blurred of like you're just a fucking hop to the pad with the best shade. Like you're a frog and you're just like instead of getting burnt
Say
to
that.
death,
Say that one again.
you're just hopping to the pad with the best shade.
Right.
The best amendment. So it's like, oh, PFT and
I like that.
Jerry can do something for me. I'll go with them. I'll go with KFC in fights. I'll go here. Like It was just hopping all around. I played straight through. So,
And I do think,
Cannonball the lily pads.
oh yeah.
and to Che's detriment, I think shaking hands with a coworker and then backstabbing them 40 minutes later, that's tougher than, like I said, in a traditional Survivor game.
Yeah. And then it's also a very dumb strategy, if you ask me, so that we were at 8 at that point. If you knew me, PFT, and Jerry were rock solid, he comes in, that's 4. We're going to a vote. Maybe he didn't want to do that, but, like, then you just need – if you had that alliance, we could have got 5, and now here we go. All 4 running because it's numbers. So I do think it was a miscalculated
Regardless.
thing. But that wouldn't be the first time. I mean, he
Yeah,
said a
but
waiter
Warren's
makes
still
$1 million as a
Busboy.
busboy. So, not really a numbers guy.
Next week's going to be fireworks. That's all I'm going to say. Fireworks.
Yeah.
This live reunion show could
If
be.
you think you know what's going to happen,
Yeah.
times it by 10.
Yeah.
It gets personal.
Whatever. They voted off Snooki, so episode 7, 8, or 9 are great, but no Snooki. So.
Bailey Zappi plus 450. Over 1.5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I saw this. So they're taking an FCS guy.
Best coach.
Holy Cross
best,
has been very good.
Holy Cross. I have been sucking off Holy Cross.
Oh yeah.
And they're gonna bring in Sluka.
Where
who-
did the James Madison guy go?
He went to Indiana.
Yes.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I thought Boston College was gonna hire Chesney.
You think Tom Allen gets another job?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
I
somewhere,
like it.
somewhere small, probably.
I hope he becomes like.
I can even see him going to what he reminds me of, like a Mac guy.
Yeah, but
See that?
that conference is too volatile. I would almost tell
What
him
is-
to go
what
to
does that
like
matter?
what?
Just
Just every. It seems like no one has sustained success in the MAC.
Toledo's done pretty well. Ohio's done pretty well. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're
It
saying.
does
but-
seem like somebody new wins it every year.
for sure. No, I know. But even like the Northern Illinois guy, he's been there a long time.
Yep.
Kent State, obviously he left to be the OC of Colorado, but he had some success there. Sean Lewis.
Yeah.
I see
JMU
what you're
keeps
saying though.
JMU keeps hitting on their hires. Keeps hitting.
Yeah.
They won the FCS national championship. Then they hired with their old coach. Then they hired Signetti.
What does that
And-
tell you? It tells you that somebody should be poaching the AD. More so than the coaches,
I-
because he's picking the right guys.
Because
Yeah.
I firmly believe that this guy one day, if he wanted to, could be like a big time college football coach, Big Ten or SEC.
Think he could save Boston College?
That's who people wanted. They wanted. They said that beginning of the year when Boston College and Holy Cross are playing and Holy Cross is winning, they're like, you're watching Chesney steal the BC job right in
Yep.
front of Hafley's face, and he's going to bring his quarterback with him.
Yeah. So, all right, picks tonight. Got the NBA in-season playoff tournament. Anybody have a future on the NBA as well?
I have a Mavericks 24-1. They're going to get someone at the trade deadline.
Yeah, because they're in the mix, right? Smitty, what do you got tonight?
Mar DeRozan.
Patriots, Steelers under 30.
Okay.
That's it.
Wrong.
Okay.
There's nothing to back it up.
I might tease it down to
What are the
like
field
20.
goals? Oh, the field goal? Did they jack the field goals to like
I have a
4.5?
I have a field goal play.
I'll
Chad-
play the field goals.
Chad Ryland
Go to
over
bed.
1.5 field goals made. So the Patriots just has to make 2 field goals. It's plus 154.
Because he sucks.
We just needs to make 2.
You want to talk about low key, one of the we drafted him in the 4th round. The guy fucking sucks.
I just think I think
I agree. I mean, he could just make 2 field goals.
plus 154.
Yeah.
That's
No, you said plus 154. I'm letting you know it's because he sucks.
no. I know he sucks.
Yeah.
I've seen him miss a few.
Has
Over
a kicker
3.5.
ever been drafted that worked out like 4th round or so?
Janikowski.
Besides
Well, that's
Janikowski.
the first round.
But besides
Early.
Janikowski.
Um,
Alex Henry for the Eagles? No. The guy for the Bucks?
Could you argue Nugent had
no.
a pretty good career?
Pretty good, but I mean, if you're getting drafted,
He went 2nd round.
yeah, if you're getting drafted that high, you better be one of the best kickers of all time.
No, that's fair. Maguire would have fucking bust. I mean, yeah, a lot of them definitely have not.
Well, Tucker goes undrafted.
When did Gostowski get drafted? Didn't he get drafted pretty early? Am I crazy?
I thought he was 5th or 6th round, something like
You
that.
might be right.
I'm going to take Iowa plus the 6.5 tonight in hoops. I think they're a little desperate. And I'll take the over field goals 3.5.
Gostowski 4th round, by the way.
Robbie Gold
No
retired.
doubt.
Oh, he's a good kicker. Ev, what do you got?
I think I'm going to take the Patriots with the points. Also, there's some touchdown scores I like. I mean, obviously we're expecting low, but the total solo, some of these touchdown score numbers are big.
What's Gasecki? Is he playing?
I can he is
I feel like I haven't heard about Kasich.
he's plus 1,400 just to score. He's been non-existent in the offense.
Yeah, but he had that big touchdown in which game when they pulled the upset?
Yeah, against the Bills. That was like 2 months ago.
Okay.
I was gonna say Zeke because Zeke's starting
And no Stevenson.
and Stevenson's out.
Wow.
They've showed pretty much the drop off between the two of them. They've noticed that Zeke's almost been better.
Bro, Zeke's been pretty good.
He's plus 220 to score, and so I mean that's
It's a good bet.
for just a score. I mean I think that's a good price. Also,
I like
when
that, Ev. I'm going to ride with you on that.
also one I think I like taking a touchdown score from each team in these primetime games. Firing with the plus 400 to me seems a little. I'll take with Trubisky's not. I mean,
You can find this.
I think Pickett's better. I don't think he's like that much better than Trubisky. I'll take that.
What's
Yeah.
Trubisky to score?
700. I'm seeing. Pickens is 340. Yes, I'm gonna take a shot at Zeke and Muth. I think I might take this over. Call me crazy.
The Lakers seem
Crazy.
like
Do you see this? Do you see this over? 257 and a half.
the Lakers seem like a lock tonight because LeBron cares about this fucking tournament. I could see.
It's ring season.
Yeah, I do think.
Do you guys see the clip of Ingram and Zion? They asked him like, "How you gonna if you win? Like, how you gonna celebrate?"
What do you say?
It was so funny. They both just looked at each other. And were like,
Yeah.
they're like, well, we gotta win it. So we're like, if we win, like we're gonna have a good time. Like they were like,
started like hysterically laughing.
like they both looked at each other. Like they definitely got some strip club stories together
Two chicks at the same time.
for sure. It was
Hunter, what's
funny.
your picks?
I'm going to ride with Ev on the Elliott touchdown. I like that a lot. And then I have Chad Ryland over 1.5 field goals made. And then I have Steelers, a parlay, Steelers money line and over 26.5. That's plus 100.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know you guys don't like that one. I'm gonna roll with that one. See how
Marty, what do you got?
I got Patriots money line. I got Patriots plus 6. I have Mitch Trubisky over a half for an interception, and I have Bailey Zappi plus over 1.5 plus 420 for 2 touchdowns.
All right. Oh yeah, roll this and then.
We ain't thought about it, but I know it's gonna be a good time.
It's so funny. They cut it before like they both kind of like just like you asked them and they both didn't say them. They both just like kind of like
Yeah, like,
started
you
like
take it.
started like cackling like they're like best friends. It was
Zion's like so good.
great. He's been playing great.
He's been playing well.
So good.
Yeah, and then final thing too, Will Compton.
what I do.
Will Compton's a fucking menace. I've never been putting a pretzel like that.
You were in shambles.
And then the alternate angle. By the way, Cody Lanza fucking might be dead to me too. I love him. He'll never be dead to me. But when he looks at the camera and gives him that fucking, I tweeted it last night, like the shit-eating grin from Will Compton, and Cody doesn't pull me aside. When I tell you, they cut it up into small things. I walk to Pete's desk. Pete, I need this footage. Then Will moves the goalpost. No, it was this. I go, okay, now I need it from the barracks to whatever. I'm just emailing Pete and walking. Pete, you got it? You got it? Like all day long. I'm like, we have a memory challenge. I'm just staring at a phone. And it's Dropbox, so it's moving at like 6 seconds at a time. It's fucking crazy. And Will just keeps moving the goalpost. No, it could have been this. It could have been that.
Wait, did we talk about John Rahm?
No, what he do?
$600 million
They're
go to
saying,
live.
yeah,
Oh, God.
600.
I thought Liv and PGA were this. I'm so confused. I'm
No,
sorry.
Liv's different. These guys have a life.
But didn't they merge at some level?
They did, but it's like
but
some
it's still
weird.
different.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
These guys have a life.
Like, also, our guy is getting dunked on by the Liv. Rappaport was getting dunked on by Liv because he said something about Koepka did a trade or something on the team, and they were dunking on him. Liv is winning at this point.
they kind of have. It's crazy.
Dude, John Rahm is like, what is he, 28, 29? As like one of the
Well, I think
players.
I'm honestly he got pissed because he was kind of the guy who he was like the first guy out that was getting left, like probably the biggest name that was getting constantly left out of the loop. Where like Rory and like Tiger were making all these decisions, and he kind of stayed strong. And then I think he kind of kept being like, "What the fuck?" They made this agreement that they were going to play more.
Yeah.
He was like, "Now I'm playing more that I didn't agree to. We're not getting any more money." So
yeah.
I'm surprised that he was like, everyone took this money. Like
GA.
Brooks, all these guys took this money. They won majors, like they're back. He's probably like, fuck that. I'm literally like the number one, number two player in the world the last like few years.
Why wouldn't you take $600 million and still get to play in the majors?
Here's the.
I
Here's,
know.
What's the? There's no upside to stay in the PGA.
Especially
unless
once
you're-
everyone took the money and they said they're going to ostracize, and a year later they're back.
There's two people that should stay in and never leave. Is well, Rory can't because of all the things he
Right.
said, and Tiger Woods. It's the only two people that should stay.
And you can't.
Why stay?
At this point, like, it doesn't even matter.
It's not even the morals anymore because PGA takes money from LIV, right? Aren't they like somewhat merged?
They're backing now from the same.
I don't know. At this point, it's just W after W for LIV.
Here's the interaction. Our report said trading the best player in the league last season for the guy who finished 27th out of 48 straight up, and they want us to take this team competition seriously. Team Smash responds, and you want us to take your journalism seriously.
No.
And that kills journalists, like real journalists. That kills them. 'Cause that's what we hired him to be.
Anthony Wolf's a really good young player.
Yeah, it's a good trade by Koepka.
Before the show ends, I got a DM about college basketball future that I am now intrigued by. Oklahoma's 150 to 1 to win the national championship.
Oh, my friend Porter Moser.
I think Porter Moser is a great coach, someone that has had tournament success,
Brutal
someone
conference.
that has a top 25 talent this year.
Brutal conference.
Just blew out Providence. I think that for the value, you like value.
Yes.
You like that Wisconsin to win the national championship because of value and a path. I think Oklahoma has a path.
Like
150 to 1's insane.
I like dapping up
That's
my friends
crazy.
on the court.
And they're playing well right now.
Yeah, I think very well. I think they're a top 20 team. I think
Also, like, some
No
things
Groves
are bigger than
brothers?
sports. He could be doing it for Jimmy Buffett. He's on stage, and they ask him, why'd you do it? I'm a R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett. This is his conquest. Jimmy Buffett guy.
Oh, all right.
It's fair.
Yep. Love it.
So, I like it. Oklahoma, book me in. All right, Barstool Radio rocking now. We will see you tomorrow.